All right, welcome back to another edition of Melon Menu. Let's go ahead and get it started. Today is March 17, 2021. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. Look at the futures markets. All right, the time is 4:11 a.m. before I get her head out to work. All right, so you see across the board all the futures markets, they're down. S&P down, Nasdaq, Russell's, they're all downward. All right, as we start. All right, take a look at some of the FTSE 100 is up. The Nikkei 225 is up. Bear in mind, once again, the European Asian markets open. All right. So yeah, they're open right now. And look at pay my side by the camera move right now. Just readjusting myself. All right, the FTSE 100 is down. Okay, look at the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up just a little bit after taking a nosedive from the past, well, the end of last week. All right, and the Simpson crypto was up as well too. All right, get into some 10-year bond here. The 10-year bond is steady rising at 1.6210. Last time 1.5 and a bit up of 1.5. All right, the VIX is up. Look at some foreign currencies here to the dollar. GBP to the US dollar is up. The US dollar to the Japanese yen is going up as well too. All right. All right. So take a look at some of this crude oil. Look at that crude oil price, $65.22 a barrel. All right. And the euro to the US dollar as well as down too. All right. So the euro is down, going down a little bit for the dollar. All right, against the dollar. All right, that was from YahooFinance.com. Let's switch over to Kitco.com. Look at some of these precious metals. The world's buy price. All right, look at gold. Gold is up $2.80. Ask. Silver is up 4 cents. Ask. And these all in dollar terms. Over to platinum is down $7. Palladium is down 14. And rhodium is at 23,500. All right. So get a little bit mixed here with precious metals as well too. All right. So that was a look at some of the financials. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the big story. The first story today. All right. It's not going to be a long segment. All right. From ZeroHedge.com. Look, California Teachers Union discusses using COVID relief cash for bonus trips to Hawaii. You give them money out in California. We already know what's going on out there, the land of whatever they want to call themselves out there. I got my own opinion on what's going on out there, but they give them money and they talking about taking trips to Hawaii. All right. All right. So once again, you see fraud, waste, and abuse. You give them money, and they talk about taking trips out to California. And this is the same teachers union that are fighting tooth and nail to keep students out of the classrooms. All right, to keep it virtual. All right, yeah. Go look up the story of what's going on in California Teachers Union. They're fighting very hard, tooth and nails, not to have in classroom persons. All right, no more. Again, all right. They're fighting to stay virtual. All right, these teachers are getting paid big time and they don't want to come back. All right, they don't want to come back. They don't want the students back into the schools. And see there what's going on. They're getting paid to sit at home. Then they're getting this COVID relief cash, and they're talking about using the unions themselves for all this $1.5 trillion. That's we got pennies and we got barely pennies on the dollar for any of this stuff. And they got a big cash bailout in there. They go talking about taking trips instead of using this to get their systems back up running to make sure everybody's good to go and get back in the classroom. All right. So there we go. What's going on with California? All right. That was from ZeroHedge.com. All right. And speak of this, let's get it in. All right. This is from the Huffington Post. All right. The HuffPost.com. All right. New stimulus payments aren't protected by debt collectors. All right. So you see the bottom line right here. Weird Senate rules have made the $1,400 fair game for private collections. All right. So if you're in massive debt or you owe more, you owe rent, so you're behind on your mortgage, they can come after your they can literally come after your stimulus payment. All right. They can just snatch it all up and claim it that okay, this is for back payment, back rent payment, back mortgage payments. But you still owe this. We took it all from you, and by the way, we're still gonna kick you out. All right. We're still gonna take you to She's gonna take you to court to try to get you evicted. All right. So that's what's going on with that one. So people think their stimulus checks are not fair game, but there it is right there. All right, as well too. Go ahead and get this article from HuffPost.com and go and read into it. All right, as well. And if you didn't realize that even before the stimulus checks were signed, if you owe back child support, as both men and women, that's fair game too. The states can come after that as well too and take that from you. All right, and they can still take you to court even though they don't confiscated your money. All right. We're going to take a look at that one. All right. And then if all else fails, you can count on more ignoramus stuff from these politicians, all right? Even presidents are politicians. All right, Biden planning on first major tax hike in 30 years. All right, there we go, right there. We got people, folks got him in, and next thing you know, here we go with the tax hikes. All right, somebody's got to pay for all this stimulus going out, and yeah, as usual, major tax hikes. All right, in almost 30 years, and here we go, party right here as well too. He wants to tax people. See where it says making more than $400,000 a year. So he's basically taxing the wealthy. And when you tax the wealthy, what do? They get up and they leave. They can afford to leave. They just pack up and take all their resources, their wealth, their resources with them as well too. They take everything with them and leave everybody else high and dry. All right, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of doing it. Just taxing one group and then because it's a favorite target of the media and politicians say tax the wealthy. Meanwhile, most of these people don't believe most of the congressmen and senators are wealthy. They may go in there middle class, but they come out rich as ever. All right, so go and look at some of these congressmen and senators, their actual wealth, and in these bills, they exempt themselves from this wealth tax. All right, so you get all these billionaires and get all these millionaire tongue tied. Sorry about that. Millionaires and billionaires getting taxed left and right, and what do? They just simply pack up their businesses and they leave. All right. And one of the things he's talking about reversing President Trump's corporate tax rate. At one point, we had the highest corporate tax rate in the world, 35%. But people say, big deal. Corporations need to pay tax like that. But what do? They jump ship, move their headquarters and all their businesses overseas. All right, just to get out and to avoid a 35% tax increase. And when President Trump dropped the corporate tax rate to 19%, that made the United States competitive again. Companies were starting to make plans to get back into the U.S. Remember, these corporations started leaving in the 80s. All right, as the corporate tax rate started to jump. All right, and then now they were making plans of moving back because they weren't paying wholesale corporate tax rate. But now we got a new administration talking about hiking taxes on the wealthy and reversing the corporate tax rate. It's going to be killing jobs left and right. All right. You may not like the wealthy. You may not like them at all. But guess what? They get their money, their resources, and they try to create jobs and everything. They try to bring it back into the economy. All right. So there we go. Biden, Sleepy Joe, whatever you want to call him, President Biden, Joe Biden, President of the United States of America Corporation, whatever you want to call corporate increasing the tax rate. All right, so you make only making what he said over 400,000, but that's what they're showing. Get ready for tax increases left and right. All right, all the stimulus money, somebody has to pay this. All right, and what makes it so interesting was that simple fact that to get this 1.9 trillion, they had to borrow it, and they borrowed it against the American people. We, the tax-paying people of this country. All right, we are paying literally for ourselves, and we're getting paid pennies on the dollar. But I say less than even a penny on the dollar. All right, we got crumbs, and everybody else they got the whole bag. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us. Now, this is Melanie Gama News. It was a quick one today. So like we always say, go ahead and get that barter system started with your neighbors, get your communities together, then go ahead and reach out to other communities, get their barter systems together. All politics is local. All right. Now become your own banker, become your own credit union, become your own savings and loans. You are your own best banker. You're your own best financier. Protect each other. All right, and let's go ahead as I always say, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it started. Thank you for joining us once again, Melanie Gama News. So let's get it started.